Good morning, I'm Dan Kennedy. It is Saturday, August 9th. Thanks for joining us on 11 Alive or on 11 Alive Plus. It is a somber morning outside the CDC campus today after a terrifying and tragic scene on Friday night. A gunman opening fire, sending the entire campus as well as Emory University and several schools on lockdown. A DeKalb County police officer was killed after racing to the scene. We have new video in which you hear the barrage of gunfire, and we want to warn you, it is intense. It is a gut-wrenching sound. Witnesses said it sounded like fireworks. We can confirm all civilians are safe and the shooting suspect is dead. We also now know the name of the DeKalb County police officer killed. This is David Rose, a husband and father of two with a third child on the way. Police say he was committed to serving his community and lost his life protecting it. Last night, law enforcement escorted Officer Rose's body to GBI headquarters. He was transported from Emory University Hospital less than a mile from where he was shot. Officers stood at attention, saluting that procession as it pulled away. As loved ones, officers in the community mourn and try to recover from this tragic shooting. The investigation is now in the hands of the GBI, working to uncover exactly how this violence unfolded. 11 Alive's Grace King reports.
Scary sounds ringing across Emory University's campus around 4:50 as a single shooter opened fire on the second floor of a CVS building. Atlanta police say the gunshots killed a DeKalb County officer and damaged windows at the Centers for Disease Control headquarters across the street.
I think that in a short order, you'll know more about this individual and about some assumptions of his motives.
Police have released few details about the suspect so far, but law enforcement sources tell CNN he had multiple firearms, including at least one assault-style rifle and a shotgun. They say they believe he was either ill or thought he was ill from the COVID-19 vaccine.
To the men and women that work at the CDC, we know that you've had a tough go of it in the past year. And my heart goes out to you as uncertainty was around your occupation.
Thankfully, Atlanta police say they are not aware of any injuries on the CDC property, though 4 people were treated for stress and anxiety.
They were not injured in the shooting. And to reemphasize what the mayor stated, the children in the daycare center are unharmed.
The suspect died from his injuries on scene as authorities continue to piece together what happened.
He had been struck by gunfire. We do not know at this time whether that was from officers or if it was self-inflicted.
Grace King, 11 Alive News.
The gunman has not yet been identified, and the investigation into his exact motive is ongoing. We also want to take a moment to honor the officer killed in the line of duty during that CDC attack. 11 Alive's Zach Merchant shares the emotional moments after the officers at the DeKalb County Police Department learned of the tragic loss of one of their own.
It was a quiet, somber scene Friday night outside of Emory University Hospital as DeKalb County Police mourned the loss of Officer David Rose.
It is with profound sadness that we announce the loss of the life of one of our very own DeKalb County police officers.
According to DeKalb County Interim Police Chief Greg Padrick, the officer was fatally shot while responding to the active shooter reported near Emory University.
And he gave his life with a commitment to serve others, and he should be respected for that.
The officer leaves behind a large and growing family.
This evening, there is a wife without a husband. There are 3 children, one unborn without a father.
DeKalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson praising the heroism of this officer and all who responded to the active shooter.
These are individuals who run towards danger when we have the ability to run away.
That response and sacrifice touching the lives of Atlantans and out-of-state visitors like Brian Radke, who says he was inside Emory University Hospital while it was on lockdown.
They are in our prayers, not just my family, but right now the whole country is behind that family. I will tell you that much right now.
Officer David Rose joined the DeKalb County Police Department just about a year ago in 2024. Authorities Friday night asking for prayers for the family he leaves behind.
Zach Merchant reporting. Following the shooting, parents were terrified, fearing for their children's safety as this incident took place right near several schools and daycares. And last night, our crews were there as 4 buses carrying toddlers and daycare workers arrived at a reunification point. All those children had been at the Clifton Daycare campus right next to the CDC. Parents were crying, hugging, and kissing their children, beyond thankful to be reunited after what some called the scariest few hours of their lives.
Oh, God. Relief is an understatement. It's beyond grateful. And, you know, I was fortunately able to know that he was safe and see him. So that put me at ease, and I just want to get him home.
We're told almost 100 kids were inside that daycare, as well as teachers and staff. We also spoke with a woman who was waiting to pick up her sister, a teacher at the Clifton school. She said they were on the phone when her sister said they heard the shooter try and open the back door of the school.
I'm scared, so I'm like, wait, scared of what? What do you mean? And she was like, well, it's an active shooter, like, right now. I was just talking to Mom, and she heard all the gunshots in the back. She was like, somebody's pulling on my school door.
Thankfully, at the time, that back door of the school was locked, so he was not able to get in. This shooting, of course, impacting everyone on and near Emory University. The campus was placed on lockdown for about an hour and a half, and people nearby were told to shelter in place as law enforcement swarmed the area around Clifton Road. Our Chase Howell spoke with several university employees who were just a block away and heard it all unfold.
It was loud and it was rambunctious, and I thought, man, somebody needs to get here.
But I did hear some loud popping noises. I thought perhaps they were doing construction up on the 2nd floor.
That's how a couple Emory University employees described what they heard as gunfire was exchanged between a man and DeKalb County police officers.
Normally our horn goes off every Wednesday at 12 noon as a practice thing. And when I heard that horn go off and I knew the day wasn't Wednesday, I was like, uh-oh, something's going on.
Like many of the other Emory employees, they too got a notification to shelter in place, along with the direction to run, hide, and fight.
I was stunned for a minute, but when I realized that I was safe and that somebody was going to be taking care of it, then I was okay with it. I mean, you can't be okay with that happening, but it was certainly, I didn't feel like I was in any danger.
And when that shelter in place was lifted, those employees drove off with a new sense of gratitude to go home after a long day's work. In Atlanta, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Atlanta police say no bystanders were injured during the shooting. In the hours that followed, the CDC, lawmakers, and other officials released statements reacting to it. The CDC director, Susan Menarez, said in part, "We at the CDC are heartbroken by today's attack at our campus, which remains on lockdown as authorities investigate the shooting. A courageous local law enforcement officer gave their life and another was injured after a gunman opened fire on at least 4 CDC buildings." The statement goes on to say, "Our top priority is the safety and well-being of everyone at the CDC," saying we are actively coordinating with federal, state, and local partners to fully investigate the shooter and this tragic crime. Governor Brian Kemp also issued a statement saying that twice this week deranged criminals have targeted innocent Georgians. He's referring there to the shooting at Fort Stewart Wednesday that injured 5 soldiers. He goes on to say that each time brave first responders rushed toward the danger to subdue the shooter and save lives, reminding us of just how crucial they are. Congressman Hank Johnson, who represents DeKalb County, saying in part, "It's always deeply disturbing to hear of a police officer dying in the line of duty, but the pain is magnified beyond measure when it happens right here at the home to one of DeKalb County's finest." He says he expresses his deepest sympathies to the family of the fallen officer, his colleagues, and the entire Emory and CDC communities. We have more statements from other lawmakers. You can see those and all of our coverage on the CDC shooting on our website, 11alive.com. We have it all organized there for you at the top of the page. And if you'd like to watch any of our coverage from Friday, including the news conferences with officials, you can stream those right now on 11 Alive Plus. Just download the app for free on your TV.